Carbonated water?
No, it's just water.
Okay.
Have you had it yet?
Yeah. Weird.
It has like a
yeah, it does.
taste,
Yeah,
but
you
it's
can
just
taste the
water.
metal. I was like a commercial.
All right, thank you for joining us here for our press conference this evening at the close of Friday night. Got through several events successfully. I've got Laura Horvath, Justin Medeiros, Dave Castro, and Gui Malheiros. We'll go ahead and get started with you.
Call me Gui.
Oh, thank you.
Geez.
I appreciate that. Gui all day. That's what we're at from here on out. You are the first Brazilian to ever win an event at the Games. What does that mean to you? Talk me through the love that you're getting and what it does for your own psyche.
Thank you. I'm the first Brazilian to qualify, I think, three times at the Games, and to win an event, 2 events, it mean a lot to me, making a story to Brazil, and also is the destiny. I think there is no way out, and I'm pretty happy to make story to my country and to my people also.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You also spoke about you're not here to play.
Yeah.
That last year you got cut early, and this year you're looking to make a statement. What did you change in your training along the way and your mindset to be here and perform like you are?
For these games, I suffer a lot of things, stay far from my family, from my girlfriend, and I passed through a lot of things. So I'm just making it worth all my suffering and what I passed through to all this season. Yeah, all this season. So I just making it worth.
Yeah, well, you're definitely channeling it in the right direction.
Thank you.
Annie, welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to have Annie Thorisdottir back. Last year, right? You were pregnant and you have a little baby girl. How has that impacted coming into the Games this year?
Well, my preparation was definitely an uphill battle. All of a sudden, it's not all about training, measuring my macros, getting naps in, recovery. It's get up really freaking early, try to get my training in while my daughter sleeps, feed her, take care of her, play with her, and then I try to make sure that I eat my food, and then I go for my second session while she sleeps. So it's definitely been hard. I had a really, I would say, really horrible birth. So I lost a lot of blood, and it took a lot out of me, and it took me a really long time to start being able to train properly again. And honestly, 2.5 months ago, I would have said you guys were kidding that I was going to be competing at the CrossFit Games. So I am over the moon. I don't know how I'm here.
We absolutely love having you here, Annie. So welcome back. I'm going to go ahead and open it up to the press. Any questions out there? She'll bring you the mic.
Gui, we all know you like to snatch. Call it now. What are you going to hit tomorrow?
What?
The snatch tomorrow. What are you going to hit?
You choose.
Fair enough. I think you maybe leave a little mystery there, or do you want to call it?
What?
Do you want to leave a little mystery there, or do you want to go ahead and call it for tomorrow?
Say again. I'm not listening. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm just going. I did in 2017.
He wants to leave a little anticipation. We'll let him keep it. Next question.
Gui, you're one of the 4 teen boys to ever make the jump to the individual division. What has that transition been like, and what advice would you give to young teen athletes that want to make that jump?
For me, it's normal. I know that it's a kind of a thing that is not usual, But like, it's normal for me. Like in 2018, I subestimated the Open, and I didn't qualify even to the regionals. So in 2019, I just changed my mindset, and I decided like I'm going to be like an elite and a real elite athlete. So like I how can I say, like, I didn't see me as a teenager, you know. Before that I compete as teenager, I used to compete with the big guys, like in Brazil and other stuff, like guys older than me. So I was kind of used to it. So then I compete teenager, and then I just like went back to the big dogs, you know. So it's like normal.
In quotes, big dogs, you've definitely joined them. Next question.
This question comes from Nicolas Paulino in Brazil for Laura. What performance points have you been working on and trying to improve since your last games?
I try to improve everything, all my strengths and weaknesses, but mostly my pressing game and my endurance in running.
Thank you. Next question.
Justin, obviously this is a much different experience than last year at the ranch. Talk to me about how now being here in Madison has been for you so far, and especially the end of today, you're wearing that leader jersey.
Yeah, I mean, last year at the ranch was my rookie year, and it was like an experience I'll never forget. I'm super happy that I had it, but like to be back this year and like have a crowd and everything like that, it's just like unbelievable. And like last year was like kind of my first step onto the scene, so I was kind of new to a lot of people, and coming into this year and like seeing people like wearing my shirt and like my face on the building like is honestly a pretty crazy experience. So just trying to like soak in those moments. But after last year, like I realized that when I'm giving it my best effort, like I can compete with the best and be the best. So just kind of embrace that with this weekend. And yeah, I'm wearing the leader shirt right now, but like honestly, it doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care if I wear it once throughout the weekend, as long as I'm on top of the leaderboard at the end of the weekend. That's what matters most.
Well, it certainly looks good on you. Thanks, Justin. Next question.
Hey guys, David with Barbend. My question's for Annie. You've competed now across 3 different decades at the CrossFit Games. I believe you're the only athlete to do that. And with the exception of Dave, you have the most experience of anyone here competing or with the CrossFit Games. Has anything surprised you with all that experience and all you've been through at this event over the years? Has anything surprised you this year?
I guess what surprises me and doesn't, I guess I'm still surprised how extremely nervous I get before I compete. Doesn't matter how many years you do this for, it doesn't matter how many times you've taken the floor, I get really nervous. I have a hard time eating my breakfast, I have a hard time eating food throughout the day. But I guess nerves and anxiety are just the 2 friends I take with me every single year to the games, and they get me to where I am right now. But yeah, I thought I was gonna be significantly calmer and chilled. Also because there's like no pressure this year, but dude, I put a lot of pressure on myself.
Well, you certainly hide it well because you're always smiling out there on the competition floor. Speaking of surprises, Dave, we've come to expect ladders, right? Various ladders we've seen throughout the games. When did you decide to roll up that door of the Coliseum and incorporate that run?
The foundation of that event was an early event for the games. It was probably one of the first, actually, not one of the first, but for this year's games, it was one of the early workouts I had planned. As I planned it, was not going to be able to happen for a variety of reasons, but the concept then morphed into what we did there. I can't really go into the foundation because it might still be seen in later years and later variants, but it basically morphed out of something else for a variety of reasons into this, which I was really happy with.
It was very cool. They loved it. We loved it. I don't know if the athletes loved it, but It was very cool.
Yeah.
Next question.
Justin, you spent time during the off season working with Matt. What was some of the advice he gave you heading towards your second year and a much bigger stage?
Yeah, man, it's been really cool meeting Matt last year. I think that was one of the awesome experiences, just being there with just 5 athletes. We all 5 of us honestly got really close, and obviously Matt's the best to ever do it. So just kind of to go there and kind of soak in like his mindset. I mean, he was the best for 5 years in a row for a reason, and I think that has a lot to do with his work ethic. So as much as I can take in and kind of embrace the suck when you get into the events and be able to like take 10 steps back to like take 20 steps forward is just to be humble in your training and be willing to work on your weaknesses and be honest with yourself that you do have weaknesses.
Thank you. A couple more questions. Next up.
This question is from Rachel with Barbend for Annie. What do you want people to know about your pregnancy as a CrossFit athlete? And what do you wish you knew at the start of your pregnancy that you know now?
Whoa. I want people to know that no matter how their pregnancy is or how their birth is, then they're going to be able to make their way back. I guess that was the biggest shock to me. I had a great pregnancy. I was able to train throughout my whole pregnancy. I felt fantastic. Like I thought it was going to be really hard on me, but I felt great. But a huge surprise was after having my daughter was how long I had not just like, it wasn't like I gained a lot of weight. I lost the extra weight really quickly, but I had this big empty belly and I just didn't recognize my body. And that was really, really difficult for me because my body is my work tool and it's been such a big part of my identity. Not just the way that I look, but the way that I feel. And I felt so powerless, so weak, and just not myself. And that was the biggest shock. And I would like women to know that they're gonna make their way back from it. It's gonna be hard, but give it a couple of weeks and you're gonna start regaining yourself again. A lot of people judged it, how quickly I started training. Dude, I did not start quickly training. It took me a really long time to start training. But it wasn't because I had to compete at the CrossFit Games. That wasn't even crossing my mind at that point. It was I wanted to gain myself again, if that makes sense. I wanted to gain the empowerment and the confidence that I could continue being myself after giving birth.
Thanks, Annie.
Thank you.
Fabio from Brazil. Gui, we all know that back home, some people did not believe you would make that far. So I want to know how much of that pressure fired you up, and to make sure this message gets across, I'll ask the question in Portuguese as well. Gui, a gente sabe que em casa muita gente não acreditava que você chegaria até aqui, então gostaria de saber qual é a sua mensagem e o quanto dessa pressão te fez chegar onde você está até agora nesse momento.
Like, in Brazil, people says that how can I say, the gringos, that's what we call in Brazil, like the Americans and all the athletes that are not from Brazil, like, oh, they are like superior from of the Brazilians and all that stuff. And I don't like it. I don't see myself this way. So I'm just here like to prove that everyone here is human. I'm a human also. So if they can do, I can do either. And that's it. Like the pressure is good. Like the pressure is a privilege. So I'm here and like I'm ready to prove myself, to prove that I'm not like they say, you know. So that's it. The feeling is like I belong here, you know.
Yes,
not
you do.
Like they say.
I know you're saying you're human, but to us, all of you guys are superhuman indeed. We have time for one more question before we wrap this up.
This is a question for Laura. It was submitted online. Laura, you won today's first event by about 15 seconds. When you learned what that event consisted of, can you share your thought process on how you were going to approach that event?
So when I looked at the event, I I basically saw rope climbs as the main part of the event. So it was 16 of them. So I just tried to keep a good pace on that, and then took the ski as a recovery ski, basically. So just like think about breathing and like just getting through it, but not really pushing as hard. And the cheese chunk that we had to carry wasn't, I mean, it was heavy, but it wasn't that heavy. And it was also not a short, I mean, not a far distance. It was like 20 steps or something like that. So basically it was a rope climb workout. And I just knew if I can get the rope climbs done as fast as possible, the rest is just going to be like a smooth flow.
I'm a little concerned for you because you said it wasn't heavy enough, and Dave Castro's listening in.
That's the right answer, because that was not supposed to be heavy. So, and a lot of people, I don't think, understood that. And some people said, make that heavier, but I didn't want it heavier because that would have changed the whole thing. I wanted the whole thing to just be constant movement. And yes, if you're going to get exposed, you were going to get exposed on the rope climbs. So she's exactly right. That was not heavy, and nor was it meant to be.
It was just the looks, the cheese.
We are in Madison, Wisconsin.
I do love the cheese.
Thank you so much for joining us here. We'll see you back tomorrow.